Hey everyone, this is Tri-State Media Services, and I've got two iconic people with me today. I'm kind of starting this sports thing back up again. I'm not sure if it's going to do it or not, but in the next 2 weeks I've got like 4 different players and coaches coming on. So this is Rick Griffith. He coached at UK with the girls, right? Mm-hmm. And then coached all the schools in the area.
Pretty much.
And this is Mandy Lane, and she coaches now for not West Carter, but she coaches now for Russell, but she won the state championship in her senior year at West Carter, right?
Yes.
That was an experience to itself, because I remember listening to that on the radio. And I'm like, go, Mandy, go, because I knew you played at Ashland.
Right, yeah.
And I didn't really remember how you got at West Carter, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, Rick. Now, this experience, you coaching at UK, tell us about it. Like, what in the world? How did you get that call to coach?
Yeah, well, it was completely unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
I was coaching the girls at Ashland at the time.
Yeah.
And in the spring, I got a call from Wayne Breeden, who he used to coach the boys at Ashland. I actually coached with him at Ashland with the boys. And he had left to coach at Morehead State with Kyle Macy.
Okay, wow.
So he was at Morehead State at the time. And he called me and he said, Rick, you're going to have to start telling me when you apply for these jobs. And I said,
what job?
I don't know what you're talking about. You know, I have no idea what you're talking about. And he's like, well, Bernadette Maddox just called me and was asking for a reference on me and said I was on a very short list of candidates for assistant coaching position.
Now, she was the coach for UK, right?
She was the head coach at the time.
Okay.
And so I was like, wow. I had no idea,
Yeah.
you know, where this came from. And then, you know, on hindsight with that, it's not like I had no connection with her because, and Mandy will remember this, the summer before that, we went to UK's team camp.
Okay.
We went, and she was, you know, she's the head coach there. And so, you know, I had met her there and some of the staff there. And we did really well. Matter of fact, I think we went undefeated.
I think so, yeah.
At that camp.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we did really well there. So anyway, and Wayne told me, he said, well, my advice to you is to give her a call. You know, if she's considering you and you're on short list, you need to give her a call. So I just built a house in Ashland. You know, my kids were young, Suzanne. So I thought, you know, I'm going to have to ask Suzanne about this.
Of course,
you know,
that's your wife. You better be
before
asking
I call her
Suzanne.
anything.
Yeah.
So I remember her coming up, and I remember saying to her, you know, telling her what happened. You know, I said, like, you know, UK called, they want me to come coach. She said, let's go. She didn't hesitate 1 second.
And you just built a house and everything.
Yeah, and so I said, okay. Wow. So I called, and we ended up going down there to interview, and a few days later, she offered me the job.
Awesome.
And so that's kind of how I ended up there. Now, backstory, I mean, there was all these backstories from it. I don't know if you remember Bill Kitely. He used to be the equipment manager for the men's team. You know, famous. I mean, everybody loved Mr. Kitely. You know, they called him Mr. Wildcat or something
Mr.
like
Wildcat,
that.
Yeah, I think I remember that now.
Yeah.
Mr. Wildcat.
Well, anyway, he was, because Wayne used to be like a student manager at UK. So he knew Mr. Kitely. They were really tight. So Mr. Kitely was actually the first one that mentioned something to Bernadette.
Oh, really?
About that. Or no, wait a second. It was, she actually came to Mr. Kitely because he knew Wayne.
Okay.
And that's how the connection came to call Wayne. and then I don't know. There were so many things I learned later on about how that all came to be.
Yeah.
But
I think
anyway,
that's just crazy that you get that call. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it was really exciting at the time, and
how long did you coach there for?
I was there for 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
like I said, and like I said, it was just a great experience. I got to do things that I would have never otherwise gotten to do. You know, coaching there.
Right.
So.
Now, was you right under her? Because don't they have assistants like that?
Yeah, I don't know that we necessarily had a pecking order, so to speak. We just had assignments. Like we had one assistant, Leslie was there. She was there the whole time I was there. Her main job was recruiting.
Okay.
And then my main jobs were essentially, I did most of the scouting.
Oh, that's exciting.
And the, the scouting reports and things like that.
Yeah.
And I did individual instruction
With the girls.
with the girls and brought the players in like that. And I just, we just all had different.
Yeah.
Different.
Did you recruit any good ones?
Like I said, my role was kind of limited in recruiting. However, I did recruit. There was a couple of players, I guess, I kind of recruited. I guess I could take credit for. There was a girl that she was up in Michigan. Her name was Sarah Potts. I pretty much recruited her. She ended up, when she graduated, I don't know if that's all, it probably may have changed now, but when she graduated, she was the all-time, she'd made the most three-point field goals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I remember her. She's a really good player, left-hander. Yeah.
A left-hander, too, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but like I said, I just kind of had a limited role in recruiting. I recruited a few, a few girls there. Leslie was the main recruiter, and of course Bernadette, she was the closer. She would, she would always come in at the end and try to close the deal.
Do you remember how long she coached there, Bernadette?
Well, she coached. I think she coached one more year after I left, but she was there a couple of years or more, 2 or 3 years before I got there. So I'm going to say about maybe 8, 9 years.
Wow.
Something like that.
Yeah, usually they keep coaches like that, don't they? The main coach, don't they usually stay for quite a while?
I mean, in that game, it all depends.
It's according to how you're doing.
Yeah.
If you don't do good, I know I know how UK people are.
Yeah.
We expect so much from our teams.
Yeah. I always tell this joke to people. There's 2 kinds of coaches. There's coaches that get fired, and there's coaches that's getting ready to get fired.
Yeah, it's true.
You're kind of hanging there, getting ready.
But that's just, it's just the nature of the business, especially nowadays.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I mean, they want to fire the coach.
They want, Mark. They want to fire Mark Pope.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want to give you any chance. They want
I
immediate.
know, and I said, come on, give him at least 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Because it takes you 2 or 3 years at least to build a program
Yeah.
to what you like, and even probably longer than that. I don't know. I mean, okay, look at Rick Pitino. He won the championship at UK. Where else? Did he win at Louisville? So both places he won. But he's only won, what, 2?
Yeah.
So out of all these years he's coached.
He's really only won one. The 2013 got vacated.
What now?
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because of
Yeah.
that little scandal.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
They had a scandal. They had a scandal. He didn't take any responsibility for it, but I guess he said he didn't. They kind of protected him. I mean, eventually he resigned.
At UK?
No, at Louisville.
Oh, at Louisville.
So they won it in 2013, but it ended up getting vacated.
Are you serious?
Because now it wouldn't matter, I guess, with the money, but he's basically providing money and different things.
Did they give it to the other team that they beat?
Is that how that
I don't
works? I don't know
think
if anybody. I mean, I don't know.
think it works that way, but
no?
Yeah.
I mean, if they took it away,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
who you
I mean,
going to give it to?
I think it's a good question. They took the banner down and stuff, though, they said.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, that
Yeah,
sucks.
it does stink.
Especially if you played,
Yeah.
and you gave it your all.
Yeah.
That's what how a coach can influence the game.
Yeah, I've never understood that. When a coach does something, it's really punishing the players when you do
Right.
something
Yes,
like
it
that.
is. Yes, it is.
You know, and so I'm not in favor of those type of punishments.
Right.
I guess.
Mandy, we're going to move over to you for a
Okay.
second here. And okay, so you played for Ashland, then you moved to West Carter, won a state championship. I mean, is that memory still
Yeah,
So-
it is. It was almost
like it was yesterday?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, and it was just surreal. And the people of West Carter, you know, as they always say, it could have went one or two ways. It could have been really good. As my mom said, you know, you could come and they could absolutely hate, you know. And then
Yeah.
I didn't really know any of the girls when I walked in, but
Uh-huh.
all the families and the girls really welcomed me, and we ended up getting along really well. And
And then you won the state
Yeah.
championship.
yeah, that helped a little bit of it.
I
But, yeah.
mean, usually our district or our region, we don't get out of the first game,
Yeah.
you know?
I
Winning.
guess the quarterfinals was the biggest game. We played Hart County in the Christmas tournament and they beat us. And then we had to meet in the quarterfinals. We also didn't get a really favorable draw because we had to play Thursday night, Friday night, and then it's back to the old format now, but we had to play Saturday morning and then Saturday night. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, but Hop, where he'd been there so many times already at the state tournament, so the first two rounds, since we were only like, because it was at Eastern then.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
Yeah, it
EKU.
was EKU. So we were about an hour and a half away.
Mm-hmm.
So we drove home the first two nights.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then Saturday we didn't even check into the hotel until Saturday. So
Wow.
yeah, because we really didn't have that much time between the semifinals and the finals. So it was a pretty short turnaround.
Do you have that videotaped whenever you played in the state tournament?
Yeah, we still have the video, and then it was pretty cool because we had the 25-year anniversary last
Oh,
year.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and they honored us down at the state tournament, so that was super cool.
Wow.
And then someone was able to take, how you can take VHS now and you can
Convert it.
convert it. And someone did that, and they sent it to all of us, so that's really cool.
Yeah, that is a big accomplishment, girl.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, looking back and now coaching,
Mm-hmm.
it's a huge accomplishment because it's even really hard now to, like you say, if you get to go to the state tournament,
Right.
it's a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, it's
you
just
know.
getting there.
It's getting there is
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I mean, it's something you'll never forget. I know I went to the state tournament in 1980. I'm telling my age now. And it was a big experience. I'll never forget it. You know, I didn't get out on the floor. I didn't get to play
Right.
at that time, but I was part of the team. And
Still really cool, yeah.
it was really cool
Yeah.
just looking around and
Yeah.
like, oh gosh,
Yeah.
don't put me in, coach.
Yeah, for
Please
sure.
don't put me in.
Right.
I was just glad to be there. It was Pam Trailer at the time, and then I played for Slick Rice. You remember Slick?
Oh, yeah.
You remember Slick?
I don't really remember. I was not to tell my age, but to tell my age, I was a baby then.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I don't
Of course.
remember.
Okay, now. Okay, how old are you?
I'm 44.
44?
Yeah, so.
I'm telling my age then. Rick, how old are you?
Oh gosh, I'm
60?
61.
61? Really?
Yeah,
So what year did you graduate?
83.
I graduated in 82. I
Yeah.
thought you was like
Yeah, he graduated
84.
with my brother.
Steve, I thought you was like 84 or 85. I thought you
No,
was
I was 83.
cool. Wow. Now you coached the Russell girls. Did you coach anywhere else before you coached Russell?
Yeah, my first 3 years of coaching, I coached at Fairview, actually.
Fairview.
Yeah, so I just came home.
Did not know that.
Derek Cooksey and I, we've
Yeah.
been good friends since high school.
Right.
And Rex called me, and I went down there. It was kind of an interview, but not really. It was kind of like, if you want this job,
It's
you
yours.
know. Yeah, it's yours, yeah. And I think they'd been looking for a little bit. And I didn't really know I wanted to coach. So it was just like, okay, well, we'll try this. And then I fell in love with it. But, I mean, it was first 3 years talking about learning a lot. I was 23, and we started out 0-12, and then I always tell the story that Rex is like, we were going to Augusta, and he's like, you got this. I was like, okay, all right. And then they just destroyed us, and then it
Oh.
was like, we don't got this.
We don't have this
We don't
now.
have this. So that first year we were 4-14, 4 and
So you won 4.
we won 4, so we were happy about that. But actually, like the people there and the kids, it was a super sad goodbye.
Oh yeah.
I'd really grown to love those kids and love the community of Fairview. It's a really great community, also.
Right.
So it was hard to leave, and then went to Russell after that.
Now didn't Derek Cooksey go to Russell too?
Yeah. So Derek's there now, and he's the head coach. So
Wow.
and
So
that's-
he's the head coach for the boys, and you are for the girls.
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
Yeah, so our senior year we had a picture where we were both hanging on the rim, or it was my junior year but our junior year we did, and then the first year he was head coach, we recreated it, and they had like a
Oh.
side by side.
I love that.
Yeah, and he's like I say, he's like my brother.
Uh-huh.
We're super close. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then I didn't really know Brett, but Brett has also been there now like 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
and
Now, is that his brother?
yeah,
Younger brother?
Yeah, so we've really gotten close too. So I love the Cooksey brothers, and Rex is still on the bench with them, and he's hilarious, and even came full circle with him. He was right next door to me his last few years of teaching
Oh,
at
really?
the high school.
And you didn't coach at all back then? I mean,
What?
whenever the last few
Yeah,
years?
I was coaching at Russell. I was coaching with the boys team.
With the boys
Oh, okay.
team.
You
at
was with.
Russell. Yeah, I went when me and Derek both went over at the same time. We were at Fairview, and we left Fairview and went over
Oh,
there.
okay. So you was at Fairview too,
Yeah,
and left with Russell.
yeah.
There's a pattern here, people.
Meshing going on here.
Yeah,
with this,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and you all was you coaching there too with him, Derek?
Yeah, I coached Derek with Derek a year, and then I took the girls program for
Okay.
2 years,
Okay.
and then I took 1 year off. I didn't coach anything except golf, and then I went to Russell,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's where I finished.
Okay.
I finished my career at Russell.
So you was done. When was that? What year?
2021.
Oh wow, that's just been recently.
Yeah.
You went through all that COVID stuff, huh? At the schools and all that.
I don't have good memories of the COVID times.
I don't either.
I
I don't think anybody has good memories of COVID
It
times.
was
It's
just so
terrible.
bad for
Everybody
everybody,
Yeah.
the teachers, the students,
and the
it was-
ball players and stuff.
Well, yeah, like you're saying, she missed out on an opportunity at the state tournament because of it.
Yeah, it was like 5 hours before, and we had just walked into Rep Arena to watch the afternoon session, and I know we had seniors who were never going to get that opportunity, which is just
Oh.
absolutely devastating. Yeah, and then even then for the kids that were coming back, it's still one of those like, are you ever gonna win another one? Because it's just such a hard thing to do.
Right.
And then God really stepped in because we ended up winning it in 21 also, and at least the kids that had came back, and we won a game. So I definitely felt like that was God's intervention there. Of
So that was 2020 when you couldn't play in the state tournament, right?
Yeah.
That's when it hit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2020.
and then 2021 wasn't fun because it was still the
People
whole,
were still kind of.
well, you still had to wear a mask on the sideline the whole season.
You didn't have to wear it
Remember they
when
had
you
that
was playing, did you?
No, not when they were playing, but still coaching and just trying to talk to
Oh
them.
gosh.
Yeah.
They had that stupid jump ball rule where you
Oh,
flip
yeah,
the coin.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
was the most ridiculous thing I ever thought.
Yeah, yeah.
What now?
Yeah.
The jump. They flipped a coin
They flipped a coin 'cause they
instead of
said
jumping for the ball.
Yeah, because they said you were too close together, and so that's what they.
What?
I know.
When you're guarding them, you're close.
Yeah, I mean that's what we said. I mean, and then as we said, you had to check their temperature every day, and then you had to clean all the basketballs.
Oh, yeah.
It
It's a
was
wonder they
crazy.
didn't stop it in the middle and say, "Okay, let me take everybody's temperatures here."
Yeah.
That would have been something.
Yeah, and then you didn't really like you. It wouldn't say you got used to it, but then it was just part of it if we were going to play, so it was like fine. But then after it was over, it was like, oh my gosh, we did literally write down their temperature.
Are you serious?
I remember that.
Every
Now
day.
that you say that, we had a little
Yes.
chart. We had to write it down every
Every
day,
day,
take
yeah.
them before they come
Yeah,
in.
and then we had to turn them in once a month, and you had to put down the temperature. And then, you know, kids are just like everybody else. They're like, oh,
Right.
you got symptoms? No.
You don't want to have symptoms, you know, because you
No,
know you're
so-
going to be at. Gosh, I got quarantined after I was in the hospital and everything. 3 weeks. I
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
go nowhere for 3 weeks. And they wouldn't let me come back on the job either. Like, and that was back when, I mean, before they, I don't know, they tried to say I didn't have the shots, and I had my shots. We had to take our shots at my employment, or we didn't get paid if we did get COVID.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, it was big controversy there. I hated that.
Yeah, I think our biggest thing too, though, was I was always scared to death we were going to get a kid hurt because they're in that first year. If somebody on your team got it, then they had to quarantine your whole team, and they did the full 14-day quarantine.
Yes, 14
Yes,
days.
14-day quarantine. So
Or if you was around them,
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
quarantined.
yes, and
That
then
was
you had to miss
crazy.
school and remember to take sick days,
Yeah.
and that was terrible. That was awful.
Just because you was around somebody that
Yes.
had it, they assumed that you was going to get it, or if you did get it, they didn't want you passing it around.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. So you didn't get to play any basketball at all in 2020?
So they shut us down all the way. I'm almost positive from like the day after our they ended the state tournament, and I don't think we had any contact with them until I want to say probably September, October, maybe. It was. I mean, I guess it was August because they they pushed the fall
Yeah.
sports back.
Well, they let us bring them in small groups.
Yeah,
I remember
small
doing
groups,
that, and we had the coaches had to divide it up. Like all the coaches couldn't be there at once. Like
Yeah.
2 of the coaches would take maybe Monday and Wednesday, and we'd take
Wow.
three
It was
or four
like-
kids.
Isn't that crazy?
And then the next day, the couple coaches would take
Yeah.
You
kids.
sit and think about that now.
Yeah, and they
How
couldn't
crazy
play
it
at all.
was.
Like they couldn't actually you couldn't play
contact.
3-on-3 or anything.
Yeah, it was
like,
just drills.
there's just drills. Like they could, and they had to be like at different baskets, and yeah, like it was crazy. And
No.
then
They shut the whole Kentucky program, all of it down,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like nobody could play.
yeah, well they canceled the spring season that year in 2020, and then they pushed football back, which then pushed us all back. But there were a few times in those meetings because no one ever watches the board of control meetings, but you start telling people they might not get to play a season. And
They're gonna
you're
be
like-
watching.
Yeah, and then you're watching. And,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I mean, there were a few moments that we were like, oh gosh, are we even going to get to play? So I don't think that year when we went to state tournament, I don't even think I know it was on spring break when we went, which kind of, obviously messed up a few people's plans because they
Right.
make plans.
Right.
Good thing though, a lot of stuff was still shut down, so we
Right.
got lucky. But yeah,
Yeah.
so we ended up playing the state tournament in like April, which was kind of wild.
Wow.
hmm
And did you win? Was that when you won
Yeah,
that
so
game?
that's when we beat Dixie Heights, and then we played Henderson County,
Mm-hmm.
and it's one of those games just got off to a rough start and never could get. We had Shaylin got in some foul trouble, Shaylin Steele, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, so it was just one of those things that was just kind of.
She was a tough little thing, wasn't she?
Yep.
She'd get down on that floor and go after them balls and stuff.
Yeah, and so athletic, and
Yeah.
just do so many things for us. So
Right.
she was a double machine. You wouldn't even, you'd be like, oh, she didn't score that much. Oh, 20, 10 rebounds, Yeah.
If she didn't get 20 and
yeah.
20.
Yeah. But it was
A
usually
triple?
a double or pretty close. She was
Yeah.
a really good rebounder for her
Yeah.
size.
Yeah.
And as
She was
I
a guard, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was a point guard, and it just seemed effortless,
Right.
And then as a coach, you don't think about it because I had her for 6 years. But then
Wow.
after she leaves, it's like, oh, those 20 points and 10 rebounds. That was so nice just to
Yeah.
carry her, not nice to carry
Yeah.
around with you.
Yeah, when you've got somebody that
Yeah.
scores that much, and you pretty much depend on that too,
Yeah. So, yeah. And then,
Boy, that's an accomplishment, girl. what all you've been through. And Rick, with you coaching UK, I'm like, wow. I've got some pretty good people here. Yep. Rick, what is one thing that sticks out in your mind when you coach? What was one thing that kind of sticks out?
I guess for any coach, really, looking back over the years, I guess it's just really the relationships and the people and the players and the people you've had relationships with over all those years.
Right.
One of my favorite things is people still call me coach. You know,
She did.
Yeah,
I did.
I
She
ain't go
called
anywhere in town.
Yeah.
You know, it's Coach Griffith. You know, all the time it's still Coach, and it's kind of a good feeling.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the people that you get to meet, the lives that you get to be a part of, and you hope you've affected some lives
That's what I
over
was
the
getting
years
ready
and
to
things
say.
like that. And, you know, and I've had some former players come to me and, they'll just talk about when I was coaching, and they'll remember something, that I did,
Yeah.
or something that went on. They'll talk about how maybe that impacted them, or
Right.
maybe they thought that was funny, or whatever it was. So it's that type of thing.
Yeah.
I guess that really, especially after you're out of it for a few years,
Yeah.
that's the type of things that you kind of, the memories that are really worth it.
Oh yeah, that's what stuff that you never forget.
Yeah.
You'll always have that. What about you, Mandy?
Yeah, I mean the same thing. It's just as you get older, I think you value the relationships more, and you always want to see your kids being successful and
Yes.
things like that. And as you see, it was just today there was a Facebook memory of winning the region in 21, and just looking at everybody's happy faces and just because you want them to make lifetime memories too.
Is that the last one that you won? Was 2021?
We won one in 2024.
Oh, 2024.
Yeah. So and then we went and we played a team that ended up being in the state championship.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So first we were a little upset, but then it was like, oh no, they were. They
Right.
were as good, but
Right.
it's just making an impact, and I really want to make sure too, as I'm coaching, to help kids out when they need help and be there for them. And,
Right.
Yeah, and I think right now, especially the staff that I have together, they do I have a few mama.
That's the key
I
right
have a
there.
few mama bears, and they're really good, and because as the head coach, sometimes you can't always be the nice
Right.
guy.
Right.
I'm
and
waiting on my assistant coaching gig eventually. I keep telling people.
That's what I would do too. Like
Yes.
I helped Steve. Oh shoot, I forgot his last name now. Porter, Rose Hill, and he was the tough one. And I would always go in and comfort the girls, and if they needed anything, I was always there. And I was the team mom when Mike played. So. Mandy, tell me a little bit about your career as far as you. Let's see, West Carter. You won the state championship. Where did you go after that?
So after that, my first year, I went to Barry University in Miami, Florida.
Oh wow! So
yeah.
you wanted to get the sunshine, right?
Yeah, I had this great idea. I wanted to live on the beach, but I was 20 hours away.
Oh yeah.
And it was a very different environment. You go from Olive Hill to Miami, Florida. Very different. I loved aspects of it. Always loved really nice restaurants, and I kind of like the bigger city feel actually. But
Right.
I really miss my parents and my family.
Yeah.
But we ended up going to the Sweet 16 of the state tournament. The national tournament. And so that was really exciting because it was the first time ever that they had been there. And
Where was that held at?
so we were in Delta State. We were in Mississippi.
Oh wow.
Yes. Never had been to Delta State University, and we were in Mississippi.
I have, I think.
Have you been there?
Oh, yeah, I played them.
Yeah, so you get on these.
You played them, huh?
You get in these two lane both ways, and it's
Yeah.
like you're literally out in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
So for a lot of our kids that were from Miami, it was like a big, change for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, like I said, I loved it parts there, but then both my brothers went to Northern Kentucky University, and then I got offered a scholarship to go there.
Uh-huh.
And so I went there, and in between my freshman year and my sophomore year, they kept saying I had this calf strain. Well, it was a bone tumor
Oh no.
in my leg, yeah. So I had surgery, and the surgery didn't go very well. So I had some nerve damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't able to play a whole lot after that, but I was on the team.
Okay.
And then my senior year, I did a medical red shirt, but I ended up being like a student assistant. So that's like my first taste of coaching. But it was difficult because all those kids for 3 years have been my friends.
Wow.
You
I
know,
can only
so now
imagine.
it's like go to class and make sure they're there.
Yeah.
You know, or
right.
make sure. Well,
Wow.
of course, they didn't like that, obviously. But the 2 years I was there and on the team, we were able to go to the Elite Eight. And then we went to the national championship. We got to play on ESPN. So we thought that was super cool. And we were a little down because we were like, oh, there's not anybody. We're in St. Joe, Missouri. We were playing South Dakota and the Jackrabbits, which we did not know they were the Jackrabbits, by the way, until they literally brought probably about 10 buses
10 buses.
of fans.
Oh
And
my
they all
gosh.
came in, and they're all hooping and hollering, and we were like, who is that? And they all had T-shirts and these white, towels that they go.
Wow.
And they were so loud, but it was so cool, though, thinking back on
So,
it.
and you was in the national championship on
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one was the biggest one for you? The state championship?
It probably was because I wasn't really able to play, but it was still a really cool atmosphere
Uh-huh.
to play on ESPN and
Yes.
everything.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
a few minutes in the game, and it was also like looking back now, like so cool
I
that
got chills.
that they drove all those people there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still a pretty good drive to St. Joe, Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think they ended up winning by 10 or 12, and now
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of wild that basketball's still so good in South Dakota because South Dakota State
yes.
and South Dakota, they're both really good at basketball. So,
Right.
but yeah, it was one of those really like cool things that I never would have got to do otherwise. So,
Right.
and then my senior year, where that kind of started my coaching career, and I could have been a GA, but then I was already, my husband moved back here to go to work, and we were engaged to be married.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
we were doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
And, when you're thinking about GA even now, I mean, you're not making any money to survive on. And he grew up in Ashland just like I did. I liked the bigger city, so I could have stayed up there, but he's a small town boy, so
Right.
we've been here ever since. So,
Who did you marry?
I married Tyler Lane.
Tyler
His
Lane.
dad was one of the 10 or 11 brothers, sisters of the Lane family.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever heard that they all went to Holy Family
No.
and all that stuff, but there were many brothers that were like really good at sports and stuff.
So was he a sports?
What's kind of hilarious is he never had been to a girls' basketball game until he met me. He's like, I've never even been to a girls' basketball game. So he really enjoys basketball like now, or he probably lies. I don't know, guys. But anyway, but he does watch it and stuff. So, but he's not a big sports enthusiast. So we're very like opposite. But his dad and some of his brothers and most of the time when I say Lane, they'll be like, "Oh, the big Lane family," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's them." But
Wow.
then it's even hard for me to remember all the brothers and sisters. I think there was 10 or 11 of them. So,
Right.
but yeah, and he's been working his whole career. It was Wayne Supply, and now
Okay.
it's Boyd Cat. So
Okay.
he does a lot with the heavy machinery and all
Right.
that stuff. So
Well,
kind of funny. So I don't know anything about that, and he knows.
but he supports you and your coaching. He's
Yeah.
always there, probably. I'm sure.
Yeah, he comes to every game, and every now and then he'll throw out, "Man, if you could have made some free throws," and I'm like, "Yeah, thanks." So he's that guy,
Right.
Well, if we're rebound, and it's like, yeah. Thanks for reinforcing it, honey. But I think we're all pretty well aware of where this all went wrong. So,
Oh, that's
but
cool.
no, he's been with me through all the ups and downs. As Coach Griffith knows, if you coach for a long period of time, it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
Right, and you have to take it too, don't you?
Yeah.
And you take it home most of the time.
Yes, yeah. And after losses and
Tough ones.
tough losses and
What's the toughest loss you ever remember?
honestly, it was probably a month ago. We were in the regional championship against Ashland, and we were up 12 in the fourth quarter. And we had a few
My mouth's dropping.
we had a few turnovers here and there, and they made some plays, and they were probably heavily favored to win the game. But we had had a really good game plan, and if we could have hit, talking about a few more free throws and a few more shots. But between that one and we lost after we won the region in 16 and 17, we lost to East Carter in double OT.
OT. Wow.
In the regional semifinals, and so
Wow.
those two are probably two of the worst. But this year, I was just still so proud of my group because
yes.
we really weren't supposed to be there and be that close, and
And you made it to the finals.
made it to the finals, and they'd really bought in, and we had it's always good when you can carry out the game plan, and as I said, if we would have had a few more things go right, we would have been able to take them there. But it was a great group. And
Do you have a Troxler girl playing for you?
yeah, Mila Troxler.
Her mom is. I'm friends with her mom.
Okay, yeah, she'll be a sophomore, and she'll play some big minutes for us next year.
Awesome.
So she played some good minutes for us this year. She's a great rebounder, defender, and we've really been trying to work on her offensive game. So.
Yeah. She she used to post some videos of her playing games and stuff on Facebook. So that's how I knew that she played for you.
And she has a little sister that'll be in 7th grade.
Yeah.
And as we know, 7th grade is when you can play up, which you don't really as much in boys, but in girls.
Yeah.
And she's going to be a really good player for us, too.
Cool.
So yeah.
That's exciting. I'm going to have to come watch some games.
You are. You're going to have to come and watch. And we did lose four seniors. So,
Oh, wow. That's a big one.
Yeah. So we lost, and two of them played since like 8th grade. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So.
They're almost like your kids, aren't they? Whenever they're with you so long.
6 years, and then a lot of times I get involved in the middle school program too. So.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's good too.
Yeah. So.
Because you want to see what's coming up.
Yeah, I want to see what's coming up, but then also just trying to make them better.
You know what? I admired that of you. That's awesome that you're so involved with the girls.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Life is tough nowadays,
It is. Yeah.
and they need all that support that they can get.
Yeah, they need all the support, and it's good to build relationships with parents and
Yes.
kids during that time.
Is it tough with parents?
Nah, I mean, you have moments, so
Yeah. I remember my mom used to have moments with my coaches.
Yeah, I mean, it's as they say, if you want to make everybody happy, go sell ice cream.
There you go.
It's definitely not a go sell ice cream, and in the girls' game, it makes it even harder because 7th, 8th grade, you have those few that are sometimes much better and can play up,
Yeah.
and it makes it very difficult because then the ones who can't play up are mad and frustrated, and it's been a pattern of just really hard to keep kids.
Right.
Then, because they think. But even back when I played, if you were playing in 8th grade, then it was like a big deal.
Right.
And even being at Ashland with Coach Griffith, like 7th grade, we weren't not playing, and then that's when Bob Blankenship was the head coach, and I guess he'd had a few JV kids quit, so they literally called us like an hour before they got on the bus because they couldn't field a JV team. And
Was
it
you
like-
the high school coach back then for the girls?
Bob, yeah, he was the coach of the girls the year before I was.
Okay.
Yeah, were you still coaching
Yeah.
the boys then?
I was still coaching the
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah.
And, piggyback on something he said, about things that have changed over that's one thing that's changed tremendously. Because used to, you would have never seen middle school kids playing on high school teams.
Yeah.
You just never did it. Matter of fact, when I was in high school, it was pretty much juniors and seniors.
Yeah.
Sophomores were the JV team.
Now, see, it was different for the girls at Boyd County because, I mean, there was a few that started
Yeah.
7th grade and went
Yeah.
to high school
Yeah.
and played. They asked me to do it, and I said no.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Right.
not doing that.
Well, it's almost a necessity. It became a necessity at some
Right.
schools, especially in girls, because you just didn't have enough numbers.
Right. Well, Fairview
know,
was one of them, right?
And
Very
yeah.
few girls would come out to
Yeah,
play.
so you almost, if you wanted to field a team, you almost had to have those girls. But you know, like I said, but you see it in boys now. I mean, you see, well, the kid shoot. I could think of multiple boys that probably played since 7th grade.
We had Jacob Spurlock.
And Spurlock kid
Yeah, I
comes
mean,
to mind.
Spurlock, yeah.
He played. I mean, like I said, you'd have never saw that before.
Now, where did he play at?
He's played at Boyd County.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really good player.
Really good player. He's a senior this year. He's going to go to Youngstown State.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then Xander Carter, who went to Liberty this year, played at Ashland, and he was the same. I mean, he was at Green at first, but he was starting in 7th and 8th grade. So,
Wow.
but
See,
you can definitely tell a big difference in the boys because obviously those boys 7th, 8th grade are physically still. You can tell a difference between
Yeah.
them. You know.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, and girls you can't always tell. I mean, you always have, but especially if they're got 5'8", 5'9", it's hard to tell as much. But
But shoot, they grow them 6'7", 6'8" now.
no, I know
The girls?
No, I know.
I mean,
Yeah.
you see them play it on TV. You know, I've always my person that I admired the most in the whole wide world and got me into basketball was Pat Summitt.
Oh yeah,
Loved Pat Summitt.
absolutely.
She was
legend.
the top-notch
Right.
person in my career. I mean, as far as me wanting to play basketball. Do you
I've got
have
a
one?
Pat Summit story. I got a few Pat Summit stories.
You do. Was you around her? Did you meet her?
Oh, yeah, multiple times. Well, I'm coaching the
Rick.
UK. How could you not know Pat Summit at the time?
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, well,
Oh,
of course, at that time, that when I was coaching the UK, that was almost peak Tennessee,
yeah,
That's when
really.
they were
Oh,
really-
wow.
really dominating. And if we went and played at Tennessee, place was sold out. I mean, like 24,000 people.
Isn't that and that's unheard of in girls basketball?
Yeah. So I mean, she's just icon, and she just so many little things about her that she was just so impressive.
Yeah. The stare.
But I'll remember.
The stare.
I remember this one time. Bernadette sent me down to Mississippi. It was somewhere in Mississippi, and there was this girl, really good player. And she said, "Well, I want you to go down there, and I want you to take a look at her." And then she said, "You absolutely have to go and speak to her coach after the game."
Okay,
So I'm
okay.
like, now you got to understand, this gym was filled with all kinds of top coaches in the
Are
country.
you serious? So here you are.
So
Was Pat
I
Summitt
had
there?
my instructions. I had to go down there and speak to that coach after the game. So I'm like, I've got to get down there first. I've got to get down there before.
right.
So game's over, goes down there. I run down there, and I'm down there, and I get to him, I start talking to him, and I start talking. I notice that he's not paying a lot of attention to me. He's looking on my shoulder and everything. And I turn around,
It's Pat Summitt.
there's Pat Summit.
Yeah, probably
like-
just walk out.
Whoops. Well, I'll see you later. I'll talk to you anyway.
Yeah. So.
Oh, wow.
But now she was really impressive, and in terms of because I did a lot of this, the scouting, so I did a lot of the film work and stuff like that, and just the things, they were the most difficult team to prepare for
Yeah.
in terms of a scouting perspective.
Yeah.
The things that they did, and because it wasn't just because, no question, she got the best talent at the time.
Right.
It was either her or UConn,
Oh,
got
I
the
know. Was
best.
UConn that good back then?
Yeah, I got a UConn story too. But
Oh gosh, Gino.
yeah, I got a great Geno story, by the way. But no, she had great players, but the things that she did with those great players was just very difficult. And there was a couple of games that we never beat them, but there was a couple of games that we came close. You know,
Right.
but you know they were. She was just very impressive, and obviously, I mean, you know, her record speaks for itself. But
Oh, yeah.
she was a
You
great
know,
coach.
there's a special on Disney Plus, Hulu on her now. I was watching it this morning.
Yeah.
It came on yesterday, or day before yesterday, and it's a special. It's a series, I guess. They done one story. It was an hour and something, and then they've got another one coming up next week, and I think one more. But yeah, and I watched some of her stuff, and it was, man, it brought back so many memories because me and my daughter used to watch her all the time, and she admired her too. But she'll tell you too that Pat Summitt is somebody she really admired.
Right.
But she had that stare, man.
Oh, she
you
did.
get that stare, and I remember my coach, my senior coach, Slick Rice. He gave me that stare one time, and it scared me to death. It scared me. I'm like, he's hollering, "Tammy, rebound!" And then I got that stare, and I'm like, "Okay, I will."
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
did.
Another, you'll get me to start thinking now.
Oh.
We were playing Tennessee, and of course, at the time we played all our games at Moore
See, this is so exciting
and
to
we were
hear
playing
this stuff.
Tennessee, and this was the game that we came close to beating them. And one thing that she could do, she could intimidate an official.
Oh, yes.
I mean, she absolutely could intimidate.
I
an
bet she
official.
did. I bet she did.
And so she was just up the whole time complaining about officiating. And I'm not the head coach. You know, Bernadette's the head coach. I'm sitting on the bench, and the whole time I'm thinking, golly, they're just taking. And I think I might have said something to one of the assistants. I said, I'm fixing to get a technical foul.
Uh-oh.
And I did.
You did not, Rick?
I got a technical
Was it
foul
on
in that
TV?
game, and I thought I was fired. I thought, well, hell, I'm fired. By here. But it kind of got us fired up, and it kind of got the official. And after that game, and it made the game much more competitive. After that game, that official actually came up to me and he said, "That was good timing on that technical foul."
Because that got him
But-
sparked.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just sick of watching that. I mean, because literally she was intimidating them so bad, and we were just getting killed at our own home court, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And so I got upset. So I got a technical foul in that game. I thought I was fired, but fortunately I didn't get fired after that game. So,
Was that game on TV?
oh, I don't know. Probably not. We didn't have a whole lot of televised games.
Tennessee did.
We
Usually,
played
if
on-
Tennessee was playing, it was televised.
Yeah. Well, that one, I don't think that one was. We were on TV, yeah, some. When we went to the NCAA tournament, I know we was on ESPN, but there wasn't as many, like it is now. They have a game, almost every game
Okay,
is
tell
on
me-
like a SEC network or
Tell
something.
me the Gino one.
Yeah.
I don't like Gino.
Gino one's great.
I don't
like this is the year after we went to the NCAA tournament, and we won a game, and we had a really good season that year. We come back the next year, we pretty much had everybody back.
Oh, all right.
So Bernadette wanted to, play a good schedule. So we got a call, and by the way, that was one thing that I did. I was in charge of scheduling. So I remember this specifically because I remember getting pissed off about this too.
Oh, he's getting mad now.
I had the schedule made out, and we had this little guard on the team. Her name was Natalie Martinez, and she was from New Mexico, and it was her senior year. And so, Bernadette, if we could, we'd try to go back to their state and play. So I had us scheduled 2 games out there. We were going to play New Mexico and New Mexico State.
Okay.
Well, this was after I had those games scheduled and everything, I was kind of getting close to, practice starting and everything. Bernadette said they just called us. They want us to play in this coaches versus cancer classic.
Okay.
It's at UConn.
Oh.
It was like us. It would have been us, UConn, Old Dominion. At the time, Old Dominion had a really good girls basketball program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Clemson or somebody. I can't remember the fourth one. But anyway, so in order for that to happen, I had to cancel those
Right.
New Mexico games. So I called New Mexico State. Well, they was happy to hear that. They didn't want to play Kentucky. They were just,
Yeah.
New Mexico would not cancel that game.
Are you serious?
I was like, come back play next year, whatever. Wouldn't do it because we already had a contract signed or
Right.
whatever. So I remember we had to fly to New Mexico, play that game, and then fly back and then go to Hartford and play in that
In that
tournament.
same, was it that same day?
No, it was real
Like,
close.
yeah,
it was
too
just like
close.
a couple days apart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
you usually didn't do that.
Yeah, you wouldn't fly almost across country.
Yeah.
And
And then
back
come
across,
back
yeah.
all the way across,
So did you
just
get in
wouldn't.
trouble for that?
No, I mean, I didn't get in trouble for it because nothing I could do about it.
Right.
We were all mad at New Mexico.
Yeah, right. Right.
For not doing that. You just.
Did you beat them pretty good then?
When we did get up there, yes.
yeah, I bet
I don't
you
want to say
did.
I made sure of it, but I made sure I had them
You
scouted.
poured it on him.
I made sure I had them scouted good enough. But yes, we beat them.
That's
But
good.
so we go back. So we're going to play UConn first game, and of course, same deal. You go to UConn, place packed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The fans.
UConn and Tennessee,
So we're
man.
playing them. Crazy. We're beating them. This was one of the years that they went undefeated.
Oh, yeah.
This is when they had Sue Bird, this Shay Ralph, I don't know if you remember
Yeah.
her,
Yeah.
this Abrasimova chick from Russia.
Yeah.
I mean, they were really good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, we're beating them first half. Gino
Oh, gosh.
is beside himself
Oh, I bet he is.
on the sidelines. He's absolutely beside himself. He's screaming at the referee. He gets ejected from the game.
Gino does?
He got ejected from the game in
Wow.
the first half.
Wow.
In the first half of the game, he gets ejected. So I'm like, wow, all right, that's good. We got a 5-point lead at halftime.
Yeah.
And this team is
That
the
probably-
number one team in the country.
That's probably the worst thing that could have happened, though.
yeah.
Yeah, because he's still sitting in the locker room.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
At
anyway,
halftime, and he's still talking.
You girls better beat their.
so we're thinking, wow, I don't know what the players are thinking, but I was kind of thinking, oh man, this would be awesome. This would be really good.
Knock the number
But
one
anyway,
team off.
we came out. We battled, and we ended up getting beat by just a couple points. Right at the end of the game. I mean, it was a good battle, but that was an exciting game, and it was a good trip. But I don't know. There's several memories. You start thinking
yeah.
about things.
Who's your, what is the one game that stands out in your mind? Like, let's do high school. Like, when you played, what's the one game that stands out?
Yeah, well, I've already told you about that
Well, no.
game in the regional tournament when we got beat by Greenup County on that last second shot.
Yeah, I don't think you told them, though.
Yeah, that was my senior year. We playing Greenup County. We had beat Greenup County twice that year. Mm-hmm. And
You're Boyd County, right?
yeah, I'm at Boyd
Okay.
County,
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
and they end up. We were up 1, and Boo Williams hit a shot from top of the key, last second.
That was it. And,
And that
and
was it. That was the end of my high
that
school
was good
career.
for Greenup, but not good for Boyd, huh?
Yeah. So
What about when you coached high school? Was there a game that stands out in your mind on all the teams that you coached?
gosh, yeah, there's probably a lot of games.
Just
I mean, at Ashland we had the 2 regional final games. But the first regional final would have been your 8th grade year, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the year we missed the last second shot
Yeah.
in regulation. And Marley Gearhart, we lost in overtime. Marley Gearhart had like 37 points.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a good shot too. It was just one of those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
just
it
didn't
bounced
fall.
off the rim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were
Yeah.
you there? Were you also? No, I think it was after you had left. But one time we were playing Boyd County. Ashland was, and I still remember this. And the kid banked a 3 to beat us.
Oh,
I
wow.
think we were up 2, and the kid shot it and banked it, and they beat us by like
Just threw it out there, probably.
Yeah.
It was the district champ. I remember that.
Oh, man. That's a tough one, isn't it?
It was, but then, and once again, we got lucky, and they ended up somehow in West Carter's bracket because that was the person that you, or
You
the
didn't
team
want.
you always didn't want.
Yeah.
So we still got opposite them and got to the regional finals. So that was pretty cool. But I didn't know. Obviously, I think you would have remembered that, knowing you.
Yeah.
If that would have happened, you wouldn't have been very happy.
No.
That's so.
Yeah, that would have been tough.
There's a lot. Of course, there's just a million games that come to mind. Some of them that didn't work out, and some of them that did work out. you
Right.
know.
Oh, yeah.
I remember one of the games. The year we won the regional, I think we played West Carter in the semifinals that year. And
Is this the girls?
yeah, and of course West Carter, I mean, it's still really good.
Still really good.
They're
Yeah.
good. I mean, they're
Well, he
good
always
all
had a
the
good
time.
team.
Little Gearhart was, I mean, then you had Myra in the middle. So
Yeah.
she had graduated, but remember Myra then ended up
Yeah.
being really good and had a couple other.
He always had a good team, no matter
Yeah.
what.
But I remember that we played them in the semifinals that year, and that was one of the best games we played all year. I remember that year. We beat them. I still remember the final score was 60-45, but it was never a close game. We just smashed them. That's one of the best games I think that we played.
Really?
Yeah. Against a good team, and then we won the regional. I think we played East Carter in the finals and beat them. But that was a good game. That was a really good game.
Do you have any, like I admire Pat Summit. Do you have a coach that you admire in college?
Well, I mean, I think everybody, there's coaches. I will say this. I've read several coaching books. I've read, John Wooden, Rick Pitino, Dean Smith.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even think of them, but I've read a lot of them. John Wooden, he is the most impressive person and coach, I think. If you start delving into, some of the things that
Right.
he did and some of the ways that he taught and different things like that.
Where did he
It's-
coach at?
And,
Where did he coach at?
Well, John Wooden famously coached at UCLA
Okay.
and won, 11
11,
championships.
yeah, something
Yeah,
dumb.
but he got his coaching start in Kentucky. That's
Did he
interesting.
really?
Yeah, I think it was Dayton High School. He coached because, of course, I've read a couple of his books, so I kind of know a little bit about him. But he coached, I think, baseball and basketball there. Might have even coached football. But he, he's got his start in high school, and then he went to high school in Indianapolis. Was really good. Then he went to, I'm forgetting now. I want to say Purdue University before he
Okay.
went to UCLA. But of course, he famously coached like a lot of great players, Bill Walton,
Wow.
Lou Alcindor or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and all of them. And but he is very impressive. Dean Smith, they all. And the thing about coaches, and this is one of the things I learned probably later in my coaching career. Don't try to be anybody else.
Right.
You just got to be yourself.
Be
and
yourself.
Mandy probably understands that. Don't try to be anybody else. Just
Yeah.
be yourself. Because kids can see right through it anyway.
Right.
If you're trying to be somebody else. And I just felt like, John Wooden did it a certain way. Dean Smith did it a certain way. Rick Pitino certainly
yeah.
does it a certain way.
He does.
And it's just interesting to kind of look at all those, people and the way that they did it. And I've coached with a lot of, I've had the opportunity to coach with a lot of really good coaches, and they all do, and play for good coaches, and they all
Right.
do it differently.
Yeah.
but
Right.
are successful. And I think that's the thing that you have to do as a coach. You got to just be yourself, be real, because kids are going to see through it anyway if you're not.
Right.
And you just be yourself, and that's the best way to approach it.
Right. Do you have a coach in college that you admire?
It's kind of weird because it isn't in basketball, but I love Nick Saban. So,
Oh, yeah, Alabama?
Yeah, like in
Football.
For football, and just some of the things he says, and like
Okay.
watching things on him. I was actually fortunate enough his last year coaching, we went and watched him play.
Oh,
UK.
wow. Yeah?
Yeah, and I got a picture of him, and my husband was like, but then it was cool because it was like this was his last year coaching. But
Uh-huh.
I just think he's very impressive in the way that he does
Yeah.
things.
No, I did like Alabama, and I
Yeah.
liked
Yeah,
Nick
and,
Saban.
and the way that he like just commands, and
Mm-hmm.
he gets a lot of the small things that I feel like now as a high school coach that a lot of people like don't understand
Right.
that you should, and just the way that he carries himself, and
Mm-hmm.
so he's probably one of like my all-time favorites probably.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate Duke, but I do like Coach K.
I know, I hate Duke, too.
I hate Duke, but I love Coach K.
I did, too.
Yeah.
I liked him.
Yeah,
I hated to see him go because he was very competitive,
Mm-hmm.
you
He was
know.
competitive. He was he
Yeah.
was classy, and all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
and like Coach Griffith said, as people, we all have our strengths and weaknesses, but
Mm-hmm.
there's just certain things that you have to do to, just like you say, connect with the kids. I feel
Right.
like talking about things that have changed.
Right.
Just connecting with the kids, even the parents.
Oh, yeah.
Are really becoming more and more important,
Right.
and just helping them to like daily.
And you don't know what the kid is going through at home, too.
No.
And that makes it even harder trying to coach them if they are having, trouble or whatever.
Yeah, and social media, like I do feel.
Oh, yeah,
really-
it's bad, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, even like
It's bad.
I mean, I feel like the kids got a little bit more leniency for, especially in college when they're playing and they're just getting an education.
Yeah.
Now I don't feel bad for like our Kentucky players and they're making $3 million.
Exactly.
Then you know what? You're making $3 million. Like you got to produce.
Now, when did
something.
that start? What year?
Was that
I mean,
2 years ago, or was it 3?
2022.
Maybe it's been more.
so they're
Three.
able to get a salary for playing college ball?
Yeah, like
basketball?
Kentucky's roster this year was $22 million, and they had a kid that made $4 million.
Who's paying this?
They're just getting sponsors, boosters, like people. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So they control a lot of what's happening too, though,
Mm-hmm.
because if they're going to pull their money, you hear it all the time. The
Yes.
boosters, then they end up firing coaches for that reason. But like this year, we had the acquaintance kid who played 3 games, and
Mm-hmm.
we paid him $4 million. I just think if we're going to continue to do that in college, there should be a contract. Not that he can help that he was hurt, but still,
Right.
there should still be certain. I feel like they should have accountability too.
So if they get hurt, they still get paid no matter what.
I mean, I'd say they get paid a percentage. I don't know if they need, $4 million or what, but
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah,
is
I
it
mean,
one to
and-
another player, maybe? If
and
not?
it was just, I understand he had torn his ACL, but then it was just, he kept saying knee swelling, which, I understand, and he's probably going to be a really good pro, but I also think sometimes that there has to be some accountability, not with injury, but with other things of,
right.
having to, if you want that many $1 million, it's like you're a pro, though. I feel
Right.
like at that point. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so there should be some accountability there, And if you're capable of playing, and I don't know if he was, obviously ACL is a pretty bad injury, but if you can play, you should play.
Right.
It's like the NCAA, the football guys who opt out of bowl games.
Mm-hmm.
I still think if
Yeah,
I'm paying you millions
exactly.
of dollars to be on this roster, then you should play the entire season. You shouldn't say, "Oh, I don't want to play in the bowl game,"
Mm-hmm.
and you should lose
Well, that's
money
an
for that.
honor. That's an honor to even go to the
Yes.
bowl game. You know,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah, and I just think it's too. And then other things they're doing is like the transfer portal. Mm-hmm. So instead of going to a bowl game, if they want to, then they can go ahead and go in the portal. It's like you guys just paid them millions of dollars, and he didn't probably maybe play in the most important game. Which if he's in the portal, he's probably not playing much anyway. But
Right.
still, yeah, that's something that I think is. I wish they would fix, like they said in football and basketball. Like right now, if you're still playing basketball, well, the transfer portal's already open. So, like they're saying in football, you play your last game of the season, and then you have to wait a month to play your bowl game. And if you're in the college football playoff, well, you could go 3 or 4 more weeks.
Right.
And like they say, I mean, you're focusing on the college football playoff for your bowl game. You're not focusing on already trying to pull kids, but people like who aren't having that important. Just like right now, if you're not in a Sweet 16, well, you have all your time to devote to recruiting,
Right.
and those other staffs, like, they don't have that time right now because they're trying to
Yeah.
win a national championship.
I think
so.
they just need to decide whether, because I think I don't know, it's almost like they're trying to build this thing while it's happening. They need to decide, is this
What
college
way, yeah.
athletics
Yeah.
or are we just pro athletics now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds
Because
like they're
if we're pro
Yeah.
athletics, then we need to be pro.
Yeah.
If we're college, then we need to be college.
Okay, if they go to college and they get a scholarship, is that paying for their schooling only? Is that what it is? Or see,
yeah.
and then they get this $4 million on top of that, or 5 or 6, whatever they get.
And I think this whole thing came into play because the system before was kind of ridiculous, because like when I was coaching at UK, the compliance rules was a book a mile long.
How's that sound, Rick?
We literally had to take a test every year.
Yeah, you have to take a
When I was
test.
coaching for UK.
Yeah, it probably sounds
And
pretty good.
you're
It does.
worried about, wait a minute, did I give them too much gear, or just anything ridiculous,
Right.
or did I, some kind of little violation? And so it was first of all, it was almost impossible to police it in that manner, and second of all, just kind of ridiculous that a kid that was just going to school there could go get a job, a side job, whatever. But if you was playing athletics, you really couldn't do that.
Right. Yeah.
You couldn't do the same things as just a normal student could do in a lot of cases because they would say, well, you were just getting that job because you're an athlete, and that's a violation. And that was a booster given.
What's even like taking him that movie? Who I don't know, that real good player, remember? And he had 2 brothers. He didn't really have parents, and the family would there was a coach's wife that was getting them meals and everything. And someone reported it to the NCAA back then,
Oh, wow.
and for impermissible benefits, and they were like, he doesn't have parents. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
So I think now we've went from that to
Right. We've gone
Millionaires.
wild west. So
Yeah.
like I said, I think that they're probably just struggling right now to figure out how in the world do we navigate this new. But I agree with Mandy. I think there needs to be contracts.
Yeah.
I just nobody goes in and says, yeah, you give you $4 million and I might stay the rest of the year. I might skip out on you in the bowl game.
And then do they get can they tell the coach when they want to go in? If you don't play me so many minutes, are they still going to get that money?
Yeah. That's what we're saying. I don't know if they put parameters on it, but I do know, he said when he said Wild Wild West, the kids are, you're basically giving even Gino, like he said, how do you be successful in a system where you have all the accountability as
Right.
the coach and they don't have any accountability?
Very true.
Yeah,
Very true.
and then like you say, if you don't play them enough, or they don't get enough money, or
they pout.
Yeah.
Do whatever.
Yeah,
I ain't playing.
you don't give them enough
Yeah,
attention.
right.
It's just the transfer portal You know, it's even crazy because watching it, I watch a bunch of women's college basketball,
Yeah.
but it's still crazy. Well, they played 1 year here and 1 year, you know, and like I said, there's even in high school, there's situations where I think kids are better suited, but I don't know if anyone's better suited of moving 3 or 4 times every year.
Right.
You know, like, I don't know. And then I feel like then we've created a really bad situation because everything is transactional.
Mm-hmm.
There's no genuine relationships now anymore.
Right.
And they say, you know, even in college, it's hard to create those because it's just what can you do for me? What can
Exactly.
you give me? Money,
Right.
you know, attention, social media, you know, likes and all that stuff. So I feel like, and then the kids, if they don't make it pro, well, I mean, they're not going to go anywhere in the real world that, you know, they can look at them and say, what are you going to give me?
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
or I'm not showing up, or I'm not, okay.
What about that? What was her name? Caitlin, that one girl that just played a couple of years ago and then went to pros and got all kinds of. What was her name?
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark. What do you think about her?
I'm a huge Caitlin Clark fan.
Are you?
I actually got to see her at her last Final Four, and I tried to get to a Fever game, and you know,
Is that who she's playing for now?
yeah,
Fever?
she's playing for the Indiana Fever, and they ended up having a great year. And you know, a lot of people hate on her too, but it's like she took Iowa to national prominence.
I know.
You know,
that was crazy.
yeah, and she's
What a player, man.
yeah, and she's just a really good player. Hate her, whatever. But you know, and I feel like she's a good person.
Yeah.
You know, like a good role model and stuff for the kids.
Right.
And,
Oh yeah.
You know.
I know a lot of people admired her.
Yeah.
That
Well,
I've
yeah,
seen.
and like you know, that life's hard for people like her, though. Like she said, I mean, no one wants to go to a restaurant with your family or with your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and you can't sit there and eat in a booth.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Right.
that would be terrible.
Yeah.
I don't care what people say. Like you can't go to the grocery store. You forgot milk,
Yeah.
and then you know she goes to
Oh, there's
gro-
Caitlin.
Yeah, I mean it's just and they did a documentary on her, and I
Oh, did they
watched-
really?
Yeah, it's like
Oh.
it was her and 3 other players, and they like followed them around during like their senior year,
Oh wow.
and it showed you know a few clips of where she was out and. Like you say, like she's just trying to eat breakfast, guys. Like just let her be.
Just leave me
Yeah.
alone.
And, you know, so that's the part that I think would be hard because at least for me, that I would hate that.
Right.
you
I
know?
would too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so some people like all the attention. I never have liked the attention, all of it. So, like, you know, so.
The
I
girl
would-
the
I
girl
wouldn't like that.
The girl she was into it a lot with the LSU player Reese,
Oh, Angel
Angel
Reese,
Reese,
yeah.
Angel Reese. She I think she was doing a lot of that for attention.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Because Caitlin was getting so
Yeah.
much, you know, because I've watched it back whenever she was playing, you know.
Yeah.
That certainly put a lot more eyes on the WNBA and
Oh,
and
yeah.
women's basketball in general.
I think didn't it raise the ante on that now?
Yeah, I mean, give them credit for the NCAA, though. I mean, they've sold out the last few Final Fours and stuff,
Yes,
which
yes.
is like, yeah. And then when we went to Cleveland and watched them, like, they let you go to the practices the day
Really?
before. Yeah, and that was really cool.
I bet that was.
Yeah, and there were, I mean, it was almost like the whole bottom bowl was like full, even just for practice. And you know, I give Dawn Staley credit. She was up in the stands, just signing, just.
Are you
taking
serious?
pictures. Oh yeah,
Wow.
yeah. She was definitely like they won the national championship, but give her credit because she was the most relaxed coach that you could ever see, and
Right.
she interacted with the crowd really well.
That's
and
good.
Stuff, so yeah,
And you've got to really, you know, if
yeah,
you're
I mean,
coaching
you
like
have
that.
to, yeah. And
Especially,
yeah.
oh wow, I couldn't even imagine.
I couldn't imagine. No, I would never. Like I say, it would be terrible to be famous. So I know some people strive for it, but there's definitely some downfalls to it also.
Yeah.
So,
Would you go somewhere and coach college like Rick did?
I mean, if I got the opportunity, possibly. All her family lives here. I just had a grandson too.
Oh,
So, yeah, he's 8 months old. So
I bet he's going to be a baller too.
Yeah,
You're going
we
to make
hope
sure
so.
of that.
I hope so. So he looks just like Daddy. They both have red hair.
Oh,
So, yeah, and so I've already said about getting his basketball goal, but like he said, I mean, somebody,
Of course, you got to.
yeah, if somebody calls though, then maybe, but as I always say too, like the wrestle has been a very great experience for me, and you know, being able to stay for 17 years because it's
17 years. Wow. It
Yeah.
don't seem that long, Mandy.
I know.
What?
And it's hard, you know, as Coach Griffith says too, to stay somewhere for that long of a time. And,
Right. You're very fortunate.
Yeah, been very, very fortunate. So, you know.
Well, that speaks volumes too, girl.
Oh,
You know,
Thank you.
he was a great player, and you seem like a great person.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And Rick, he is a great person.
He is a great person.
He's the
and a
man.
great coach
He's-
and stuff. But
Now I can't call him Coach Griffith. I know him as Rick.
yeah. Yeah.
But I had no idea he had. Suzanne, his wife, was on the podcast a month ago, I think, or 2 months ago,
Yeah.
and she said that Rick had coached UK. I said, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
She said, yeah, he did too. So I said, he's got to get on the show.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Yeah. And some
That's a big
yeah,
accomplishment.
It is. And some people are built for that pressure.
Yeah.
I am not either. I don't know how I'd feel like if I don't win this game or that kid doesn't make that free throw, then I'm not going to have a job tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
or if I'm,
that's the different
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I couldn't say that there was a few times I thought I was going to get fired,
Yeah.
but
A few times.
I'd say the difference when I was coaching at college. You know, when you're coaching in high school, the very next day you're always put back to earth because you're back in the classroom. You're in front of all
Yeah.
these kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
you're not allowed to dwell as much
Right.
because you got to get right back in the classroom
Exactly.
and teach the
Yeah.
next morning, and you got to get kind of back down to earth.
Yeah, back to normal.
Whereas in college, you have that tough loss, and you're living with that.
Yeah.
You're living with that for a while, you know, until the next game, and every game means a lot,
Yeah.
and
I'd say it's a lot of pressure on
it's a
coaches
different-
and players.
It's a different kind of pressure, and I can't even imagine what they go through now because of all the roster. The roster turnover, like you was talking about a minute ago. I just couldn't even imagine that. That would be like, because it's so much work to get kids to come.
Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah.
now you have to too have a great relationship. Like people say that you need a general manager, like UK basketball is supposed to hire one, because imagine if you're the head coach and then you're trying to get all the companies to donate the money and you're trying to see how much money you can give them.
Oh, so general manager is going to take care of all that now?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just going to be like he said, it's basically an NBA team.
Mm-hmm.
Because, that's a lot. You know, if you're the head coach and you're trying to coach and trying to see how much money that you can get brought in, and then imagine if you're not like Mark Pope, you're not winning, you're not doing, and then the dealership down the road is like, man, I'm not giving you $4 million if this is, because
Exactly. Exactly.
Like
We want you all to go to the
Yeah.
finals, you know?
Yeah, and
Win
so-
it all.
yeah, and so now, like he said, I could not even imagine, because now people can just throw money out. You know, you can offer them $4 million. Kansas could offer them $10 million. You know, and that could depend on whether you kept the kid or you didn't keep
Yeah.
the kid, and just
You know, and interesting to bring up the point about so much money. Who was I watching the other day? They were talking about that same issue about the money just keep growing, and they were saying it was Gino, and he was talking about, Title IX is pretty much non-existent now, and he said his fear is at some of these schools they'll put so much resources and money towards like men's basketball and football
Right.
that there just won't be.
Right.
There's no way to equate
Equal.
that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said that's what he's saying is Title IX is it's functionally just not happening anymore.
Right.
Because, that's where all the money's going to go, the basketball and the football. And for the other sports, they're going to be,
Yeah, I think.
left with whatever whatever
Is
they
it?
can
You
get.
reckon
And
that's got something to do with him retiring this year? I think this is his last year. They said.
Oh, is it? I hadn't heard
That's
that.
what they said. Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't surprise. I mean, of course, he's been doing it a long time, but
Who's that, Gina?
Gino.
Gino, yeah. Yeah, and they say it's killing the mid-majors because if the mid-majors gets a good kid, they have a good season, they can't offer them really anything. So then, I mean, they said even like they could offer them $50,000 at, a bigger school.
Right.
I mean, you're going to still go from full scholarship, $50,000 that if you played it right, you could put in a savings or.
Oh yeah, but
You know.
that's not happening probably.
No, I'm sure there are some parents that
Yeah.
are making some of
Right.
that happen though. But then at the same time, I mean, we as teachers in back when he coached, I don't know what the amount of money is, but now, I mean, if you're a Division I head coach, I mean, you're probably gonna make $300,000-$400,000. So, it's a pretty easy.
It's pretty good.
It's a pretty good salary, but teaching, as we know,
It's
someone
not that
offers
much.
$50,000 would be like, okay, I'm here. Just let me know where to go.
Wow.
Just like the coaching stipend. I mean, we calculated it one year just kind of for kicks and giggles, and it was 57 cents per hour is what it ended up being.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
57 cents per hour, and people are like, they get confused because they think like we're John Calipari making $9 million, or one of them. But it's like, if I wanted the $9 million stress, I would go. But as I said, I know I couldn't handle. I mean, you're still dealing with teenage kids pretty
Right.
much, 18, 19, 20. And then you have to have them perform at the highest level.
That makes it tough, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
And they're living life too.
I wouldn't want to coach.
No.
Not college anyway.
I admire anybody that, and some people are really good at, and you're dealing with the egos and the entitlement
Oh
and all that
yes,
stuff. too.
entitlement. Because usually, if they get recruited to a school like that,
Yes.
they have been top notch at their school.
Yep.
In high school, and they're used to that.
Yep.
So when they go to college, it's totally different,
Yeah. I can.
and it doesn't click.
If it doesn't click, it's bad news.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have kids who are ultimate competitors, and they're
Right.
going to be really good, and they're going to earn the money. But then you're also going to have kids that especially if adversity hits or anything else, it's going to be a handful of trying to
Exactly.
to deal with it. So, I admire anybody like John Calipari and them, and Coach K, which he got out, and Jay Wright got out also.
Right.
Because, like they say, it's just so much more to deal with than it was before.
So what do y'all think about? Okay, so in the Sweet 16, we got Rick Pitino and John Calipari in the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Former UK coaches. What happened?
oh yeah,
Rick
Yeah.
Pitino still says biggest mistake he ever made was leaving
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Is that right?
Sure.
Well documented, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
But
John-
I feel like that they need to give Mark Pope more time. Don't you all? Come
I
on.
would agree.
Give him another year or two at least.
Well, I
Well,
mean, he's had
yeah.
those injuries, I would say.
yeah. I think 2 key injuries. I'd certainly give him another year. And again, with this new complete landscape, it's difficult to navigate.
Yeah.
And I guess too, the question if you get rid of him, then who are you going to get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not confident that you land somebody. I mean, you might, but
Right.
it's such an if.
Yeah, you don't know.
And I think give him some more time.
Yeah,
give him some more
exactly.
time.
I still think Tom Izzo and Mark Few are the two smartest guys in the room.
Yeah.
Because obviously they both could have went somewhere else, but they knew, like, I'm here, my job's obviously not completely secure, but probably way more than if you went to a UK or a Duke or North Carolina.
Izzo was Michigan State.
Yeah,
And then who's the other one? Who
he was he's Gonzaga,
Okay.
Mark Few. So, and Tom Izzo's also in the Sweet 16.
Oh,
And,
is he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, And he, you know, like he said, he recruits the kids he wants, and it ain't the entitled kids that he's
Right.
recruiting.
That's good.
So,
I like to
yeah.
hear that.
Yeah,
Like I said, there's different ways to do it, and he
Yeah.
certainly does it a different way than a lot of people. But he's
Yeah.
been very, very successful.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's very
Yeah.
successful, and like I said, he's been like, you
I
know,
like
stay put.
Tom Izzo.
Yeah.
I always like to watch him.
Yeah, so, you know, some people, like, I agree with what Rick is saying. I mean, I feel like people know what Kentucky is, just like they know what North Carolina is.
Yeah, when you go
And-
there, you know what's expected of you.
And people, you know, when you have your family and you have, you know, kids and everything else, it's like, do I really want to pick everything up?
Yeah,
You know, so I feel like you got to be a pretty confident person
right.
to want to walk into that being like, oh yeah, we'll win national champion, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Rick, you
Doesn't
had it
happen that
going
way.
there, didn't you?
Doesn't happen that way. Of course,
Yeah.
the year I went to UK was the year Patino left.
Is that right?
Yeah, he
Oh,
left.
wow.
He left as I was coming in.
Oh, who was that guy that they brought in? Or
Tubby
there was
Smith.
Tubby Smith, and then
Yeah,
who
well,
was
he won
after
the national
him?
championship very first year.
I know. He had
I mean,
Patino's team.
Yeah.
Which
So-
now he would have had none of those kids.
Exactly.
I mean, he wouldn't have. Like they
Yeah.
would have all left.
Yeah.
That's
Tubby
another
Smith's a good guy.
great guy, isn't he?
Yeah, I talked to him several times when I was
Have
in
you
the
really?
UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was down to earth. Gosh,
Uh-huh.
he was just real down to earth. And I remember talking to him sometimes because sometimes I would get to go up and use the men's basketball film room where they have the editing machine. This is how long ago it was, I guess, because when I first started making the scouting tapes, I just used a VCR, you know. Just cut 'em up,
VCR.
you know. Just get the old VCR. Well, upstairs, the men's basketball team, they had this video editing machine. Of course, now you can do everything on your phone, but
Yeah.
back then it's great. So every once in a while, I get to go up there and, you know, use that thing.
Play around a little
and every
bit.
once in a while, Tubby would be up there.
Really?
Yeah. And
What
we'd
would he
talk
say
a
to
little
you?
bit. Oh,
What-
we would just talk about basketball or whatever.
Really? So
Yeah.
did he know you personally? Like, did he call you Rick?
I don't remember what he called me. Coach, probably.
Coach.
I mean,
Probably
we
Coach, yeah.
called each other. I mean, you know, you just
Coach,
call
yeah.
everybody Coach. But he
Right.
was down to earth. His son was really,
What was his
Saul.
name? Saul. Yeah.
really. They were just a really good family.
Mm-hmm.
I remember them.
Yeah, where did they go to after they left Kentucky?
He went to Georgia, right? Was it
No,
Georgia right after?
I think Minnesota wasn't
Oh,
it?
I think you're right. I think it was Minnesota.
And coached there?
Went
Yeah.
to Minnesota, and then I think Texas Tech maybe.
I thought he went to Georgia, but maybe I was lost. my
He was
mind.
at Georgia before.
Oh, he was at Georgia before. Okay.
Okay. What was the coach after Tubby? The one
Gosh, that was Gillespie, wasn't it?
That was Billy G.
Yeah,
Gillespie.
Gillespie. That's it.
Yeah, we called him Billy G.
Billy G.
Yeah.
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 What a that was crazy. Where did they find him at?
They must not have checked references very good.
I'll never forget us losing to Vanderbilt 44 points
Yeah.
at Vanderbilt. I'll never forget that game.
Yeah,
It was that was a fiasco.
It was. It was.
I mean, Kentucky never loses like that,
right.
you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that goes way back. Ooh.
Yeah.
Wonder what he's doing now.
I think he's still coaching
Well-
at
No.
like a small college.
He was at some
Is he really?
JUCO or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and he's got that. Hey, I used to play coach UK, you know?
Yeah. I
So
mean,
he's
it's
got
one
that
thi-
on his shoulders
It's
there.
one thing you're never going to take away from him.
That's right.
You know what the bad thing is though, where he did coach at UK, anybody he goes to interview from knows what you know.
Exactly. They already know.
Yeah, like you're not going to escape that part either. You know.
Right.
So that's the drawback now too.
Yeah, right.
So it's just, but yeah, I mean, Mark Pope. I hope he.
I know.
I do really like him as a person, and I
Yeah.
do think like you know,
It's just going to take him time, I do
Yeah.
believe. I really do.
it is, and
He knows what it's like to win a national championship. You know, if
I
you've
agree.
got that in your blood, I feel like that you can do anything,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, but I mean, I will say it's getting harder and harder. Coaches, you know, any coach that can stay a long time and sustain success, as I grow older, I really grow to appreciate, because if you've done it a long time, it's difficult.
Have you thought about stepping down at all?
Oh yeah, plenty
Have you
of
really?
times.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. You have moments.
Mandy Lane?
Yeah, you have moments that you're just like, whew. And because it ebbs and flows, as Coach Griffith I think would agree. Coaching's an ebb and flow thing, and
Yeah.
sometimes it can be really good, and sometimes it can be really hard. We adopted my son in 2016, Cody, and so he had never been to a girls' basketball game before either.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he was there the first year right after we won our first region. And
All
of course,
right.
he saw a few parents completely he saw me get cut, just crazy stuff, and he was like, "We're doing all this over a girls' basketball game?" And I was like, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So, but he really put some good perspective into me of
Right.
of the whole big picture.
So
of
he's
life.
got to see you go to the state tournament. How many times?
3 times.
Three
so
times?
he's got to see it 3 times, but he's still very much on it's girls basketball, and there's no way it could be this serious. So,
All
yeah.
right.
And he never really played sports, and it is funny because if you're not around sports,
Yeah,
even now,
you don't
like
get it.
you don't, then it's still like we're getting this over this. So, I think he helped me a lot. But yeah, I mean, it's a grind. If anyone
Right.
tells you any different, it's not. And as they say too, even in high school, I mean, you're fighting to keep kids every day.
Right.
You
Oh,
think
yeah.
you're not, but you are.
I know
And-
several of my friends dropped out too when I was
Yeah.
playing, and I almost did,
Yeah.
but
Well,
I
I'm
didn't.
saying keep players as in they're moving at a very higher rate than
Yeah.
they used to move to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just trying to keep everything,
In
together.
perspective.
Yeah, perspective, and yeah, because it is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's we're talking about memories, but it's like no one's going to remember the wins and the losses.
Right.
They're going to remember the kids are going to remember memories, and did they have a good experience? And,
Right.
yeah.
And that's a key thing right there,
Mhm. Yeah, it is.
I mean,
so,
there's things I can remember back in my day.
Yeah.
I can remember sitting on that bench, the state tournament, and actually, I was in the Ashland Daily. They took a picture, and I was down like this with my head down.
Yeah.
They took a picture of the bench.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Wow, yeah.
But yeah, you're going to remember stuff like that. And, Rick, I know you've impacted a lot of kids, girls and guys, because you've coached boys and girls, right?
Oh, yeah.
You've impacted a lot of people, and you have too, Mandy.
Thank you.
And that's something big. That tears me up.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, some kids has got it rough now.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when you go into their lives and you bond with them, I don't care who you are, you bond with them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as they say,
There's always you've got that.
Yeah, and you spend more time with them than
Yes.
their parents do, especially
yeah.
during the season.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, and even
Yeah.
off season now. I don't know if is there a limit now on like what you can practice during the summer?
oh no, I mean, like
You can
I-
practice anytime.
Yeah, so I mean, you're not really supposed to have organized practice until
Okay, so
October,
that's what I thought.
and then you
I
have
thought.
your summer ball in June that you can do practices. July for boys basketball is completely out because of football, but even for girls now, it's supposed to just be like open gym. you
Open
know.
gym only.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be having you can't have anything mandatory until October 15th.
Oh yeah.
So that could be, could cause you trouble. But I mean, it's even like this weekend. I mean, I have 5-6 kids at tournaments, AAU tournaments.
Oh yeah, they're playing AAU.
I mean, we lost Friday night, and Saturday they were at AAU practice, and so
Wow.
I'm still even like, could we take a deep breath?
Yeah,
just
let's
take
breathe.
just take a deep breath. But
Do you go watch them play?
yeah, so
Yeah.
I try to at least go to a tournament or two, because Cincinnati's a hot spot, and so is Indianapolis. So there's a huge tournament in Louisville every year. It's called the Run for the Roses. It's just a cool
Ooh,
experience.
Yeah.
And you could see, like, last time I went, I saw Kim Mulkey
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Kenny Brooks and
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, all the big
Heck yeah.
all the big time people
Right.
like coaches are there, and then they have an EYBL court, and so that's where all like the big D1 kids are gonna play,
Uh-huh.
and so they garner a lot of attention. So
Now, where is that at?
it's
Cincinnati?
in Louisville.
Louisville?
It's at the Kentucky Expo.
Okay.
And so it's a really really cool experience. But you know, kids. I mean, I've always been blessed with kids that put a lot of time in, and parents take them to trainings and practices and all kinds of things. So
It makes them better, too.
yeah, it definitely makes them better and
Yeah.
keeps them busy. And it's a very competitive thing now of doing the travel and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, the travel ball, the AAU is big now,
Oh
isn't it?
yeah. But it's also increased the transfer portal. They call it the high school
Really?
transfer. Yeah.
Because they get seen somewhere.
Well, no. I mean, if like coaches who coach AAU, because that's a thing, and then you have parents who are coaches, and then they all go to these tournaments together, and they could all be on the same travel team. So
Right.
you have a lot more kids transferring even that way too. So
Yeah.
it makes life difficult.
Rick, do you think you'd get back into coaching?
No,
No.
no,
Why not?
He didn't even hesitate.
no. I've had enough.
You've had enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I would miss it. Honestly, did.
How long ago has it been since you coached?
Well, I retired in 2021, so what, 5 years, I guess.
Yeah.
So I thought I would miss it, but where I went, I immediately went to work with my brother. At his telecom.
You retired, but you didn't retire.
Yeah. And then I really, honestly, I really started getting into playing music.
Yeah, I know. You play music. Who you
So-
playing with now?
So I play guitar. So now, of course, I play with them some, but now I'm also in a praise band at my church.
Oh, awesome.
So I play guitar, and so that's kind of took maybe the place of that extracurricular for me, and so
that's
I guess
good.
I just
That's
really
good.
haven't missed it
Yeah.
as much as I thought I would miss it.
Right.
And so I just kind of moved on to maybe a different stage. At first it feels, because there's a few moments around the year that coaches, you kind of feel like October 15th is kind of if you do it so long, you kind of feel it coming. You know what I mean? You feel
Does
it.
your heart race? And
Yeah, you feel it coming. You feel like that
Yeah.
we're supposed to be starting. I should be in the gym. We should be doing something. Or like when the tournament time comes around,
Right, yeah.
that's the exciting time. That's when everything's, up a notch and stuff like that. But those feelings have gradually gone away, I guess. And
Well.
I just,
Once a coach, always a coach, though.
well, maybe when my grandkids get up, I've got several
Yeah.
grandkids
Oh, you
now.
do say
You
he'll
do.
get word right
Maybe
in.
they'll.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
reel you right in there, buddy.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, you know what? This has been really great. What do y'all think?
Well, yeah. Thank you for
Yeah,
asking
thank you
me.
for having us.
Just bringing up the memories and
Yeah.
talking about now and then and
Yeah.
everything. Next week I'm having Bill Bradley on,
That'd be
and
awesome.
Dale
He's a
White.
character. So, and Dale too.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah, both of them together.
And they have a.
And you all are welcome to come on because you all know them.
Yeah.
You all can come and sit
Well,
and
I'm sure
listen.
I wouldn't get a word in edgewise.
I
No
won't
need for me
either.
to.
Who's going to be worse, Bill or Dale?
I don't know. No one's ever let Dale really talk. So.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, you might.
I'm going to say, Bill, shut up now.
Yeah.
Let him talk.
Yeah, Bill though, I'm sure he's got some really good stories
Yeah.
too. Cause
Him and Dale used to come up. I used to work at a diner up here in Greenup Avenue, and they'd come in and eat my food all the time.
Oh, okay.
That's how I got to know Bill. I knew he coached basketball because I coached against him at Rose Hill. But yeah, he's a good person.
He's a
he was
good
a
guy.
great coach.
He is, yeah, and he still texts me now.
Does
and
he?
then, yeah, he's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love him.